of doom! Now that I, Chaos, have rescued you, you are now all under my protection. Here in my new hidden lair, complete with holographic camouflage. Show them, Gumshakes. I know what you're thinking. Ingenious?
I find it imperative that you know of the intolerance that is facing us. Steam engines hate diesel engines. We're treated like second-class citizens on this railway. My friends, if we do not rise up and do something about this, the steam engines will crush us. We are hated, berated, trivialized, and laughed at. But if we are able to team up and come together, perhaps we can put a stop to all of this. Diesel, I don't really know if I buy all of this that you're talking about. I mean, you seem pretty sure of yourself. How do you know if this is going to happen?
Don't play coy with me.
I've lived it firsthand, and so is a friend of mine. Yeah, I can tell you some stories. Pinchy and I have been on this railway a lot longer than a lot of you. I've picked up a couple of stories in my day. Let me tell you what those steamers really think of you.
One morning, Henry was feeling very sorry for himself. Sometimes he could pull trains, but sometimes he felt he had no strength at all. I suffered dreadfully, and no one cares. Rubbish, Henry, snorted James. You don't work hard enough. The Fat Controller spoke to him too. You're too expensive, Henry. You had lots of new parts and new paint too, but they've done you no good. If we can't make you better, we must get another engine instead of you. Made Henry, his driver, and his fireman very sad. The Fat Controller was waiting when Henry came to the platform. He had taken off his hat and coat and put on overalls. Henry managed to start, but his fireman was not satisfied. Henry is a bad steamer, he said to the Fat Controller. I build up his fire, but it doesn't give enough heat. Henry tried very hard, but it was no good. He didn't have enough steam and came to a stop outside Edward's station. Oh dear, thought Henry, I shall have to go away. Oh dear, oh dear. All he could do was to go slowly onto a siding, and Edward took charge of the train. What do you think is wrong, fireman? Asked the Fat Controller. Excuse me, sir, he answered, but the fact is the coal is wrong. We've had a poor lot lately, and today it's worse. The other engines can manage, they have big fireboxes. Henry's is small and can't make the heat. With Welsh coal, he'd be a different engine. It's expensive, said the Fat Controller, but Henry must have a fair chance. James shall go and fetch some. When the Welsh coal came, Henry's driver and fireman were excited. Now we'll show them, Henry, old fellow. They carefully made his fire, putting large lumps of coal like a wall round the outside. Then the glowing middle part was covered with smaller lumps. You're spoiling my fire, complained Henry. Wait and see, said the fireman. We'll have a roaring fire. The fireman was right. When Henry reached the platform, the water was boiling nicely, and he had to let off steam. Beep, beep, whistled Henry. I feel fine. Have you a good fire, driver? Never better, sir, and plenty of steam. No record breaking, warned the Fat Controller. Don't push him too hard. Henry won't need pushing, sir. I'll have to hold him back. Henry had a lovely day. He had never felt so well in his life.